Hello, guys. This is Henry of Stoneface Terminal, and as you may know, Matti got a scarlet fever, and in addition to this, he has a bacterial infection of his kidney, and so yesterday he went to the hospital, and they tested his blood and all that stuff, and they found out that there are two infections together, and so that's not very good. It's pretty bad, but he is feeling better because they gave him medicines and all that stuff, and now he has to lay in bed a lot and for a few days. And we want him to fully recover before we do another Walking Through the Genres DJ set. So we thought we can do another producer edition, and I would like to show you how we made our next single, which is called Berlin 96 Take Me Back, which will be out on Clandestine on September the 18th. And I want to go through this track with you to show you how we made this. And enjoy it. Just have a little chat here and have fun. So first we will go through the track. Have a listen. So yeah, this is the track, and you can hear it's again, it's different to the stuff that you hear nowadays, but we always love to do different stuff. And yeah, and this time we just made something that sounded like, or that sounds like Berlin. And yeah, when we went to the Love Parade in Berlin, we always had so much fun, and there was a very special time every time we went there. So we want to live this up again. And we started with the pads. And here are the pads that we made. And we chopped these pads too. You can hear them. And then we added some vocals to it. You can hear that. We got these vocals from a sample CD, and we cut it together, and we thought it's pretty good. And she says, "Take me back," and so that's why we called it "Take Me Back." Yeah, and that was for the melodic stuff. And after that, we came up with the idea of a tone that is pretty, not hard, but that could work good on the dance floor. You see that? You see? So, and then we built the whole stuff around that. We made a kick drum. First we started with some break beats. So the DJ cut in the beginning starts with some break beats. It's cool to mix that when the track comes in. This is a breakbeat that we put into a vocoder, and then we bounced it to a file. And now the kick drum. And only a sub bass line that comes from a 303 clone or VST, whatever. It's from Roland. You pay for that, I think monthly, to get some synth, but it sounds good. And then we added another bass line here. and I will show you on the we do have two different mixes of this, one really breakbeat mix, and then I show you how we made this bass line. This tone was the last tone that we added on the whole track. The idea came by mastering. When we mastered the track, we had this tone in our ears, you know, so like that, and we put it into the track. And there you can hear a second line that comes here. A second 303 line. And as always, you can hear a lot of rhythms. This we have, I think, from another S&T track, yeah. And the pads come from, yeah, we just played around on the keyboard. Like that, you know, we played. Can you see that? No? Okay. No worries. Then the vocal comes in, and then so you can see we put some effects on this tone. Yeah, we love old school, but also new school. But it's this time we decided to do some old school stuff because we really had a great feeling when we heard that sounds in the 90s, and yeah, we love that. Here's another blip. And there's a new tone that we added. Whoop whoop. It's a sample actually. Don't know where we have it from. We found it in our library and we thought, yeah, something like that. So we pitched it and cut it together in a new way, and it has a really good flow. All those, yeah, these claps, we love these claps. I don't know why, but it brings back some memories of the 90s, I think. This is the breakbeat that we are using for the other mix as the main rhythm. Always rhythms and rhythms. So if you delete some of these rhythms, you think there are a lot of rhythms, but if you delete one of them, you can hear that and you think, okay, let's keep it. You see? Dead sample. Yeah, the kick drum. I think the first kick drum we used was a different one, and then were working with some bass lines and stuff, and then we found that the kick drum could be a bit more stronger, you know, and I will see what we. And normally we use different kick drums, you know, so we layering a high kick, mid kick, and a sub kick, and then we put them all three together, and so we have the control about all the frequencies and all the stuff in there. But here I think we used a Stoneface Terminal kick from another track. We just play around with it. We use this kick, and we change the kick, and then we let it go with all the other stuff. And of course you need some, you can see it. There's another one, but you can't hear it. So I'm not sure if he used that, but it is here. Yeah, I know. So, and it sounds like this. This kick is a bit weak in the high frequencies, so we added another one for the high frequencies. That makes, you see it. You see. And always on the bass line we put a, if it doesn't come from here, it doesn't play when the kick comes, but if you don't want to have it be played, you use a side chain. You hear that? That brings a bit, doesn't clash with the kick drum. So you could even make a different track from this part, you know. Yeah, that's the trick. If you don't like the kick that, or if you think it's weak, then you use another, or you layer the kicks. You use 3 kicks, one for the highs, one for the mids, and one for the sub, and then you can build your own strong kick. And yeah, it's not that you only put it into a compressor or something. We just try to use it without compressors, and it's more volume stuff, you know. It's more. We have some more. I think I will see. Stay on. I'm not sure if we kept this organ bass. or if we deleted it or muted it. I'm not sure. Yeah, soundbites, you know that. There was another vocal CD that was Vocal Foundry, I think it was called Vocal Foundry. That cost, it cost us 140 D-Marks, I think. That was pretty expensive, but yeah, we could use a lot of sounds or vocal stuff. It was vocals in effects and all that stuff and chopped vocals, and yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, we would love to play that. We would love to play that in a club in a soon. Yeah, to test that, you know. And I think we couldn't have the chance to test this. We had one gig. It was more a meeting with Euphonic, and when we played live, I'm not sure if we already had this track there. But you are right. We always love to test. Always love to go from the studio on tour and to test this stuff. And so yeah, but if you can imagine how it would sound and all that stuff, this is the problem at the moment. You don't get the feeling. You don't. You can play it, of course, in our live stream, but we don't get the reaction by the people. And all that virtual stuff is not the same, of course not, because you have a totally different feeling when you are playing this track live at the moment. And if you see that people are dancing to it, or if they scream or whatever, and you can see what happens, what this track can do. But hopefully soon, we'll be back on tour. There's another one that doesn't play anything. I don't know why. Yeah. Another bassy sound. So you can see we put a lot of different sounds in there. But all together it makes sense. Psy. Yeah, more a rolling bass line. Sometimes we do that. But we thought it wouldn't be, it wouldn't fit into the whole concept of Berlin 96, and because that Psy bass lines are, I'm not sure if it was in Goa or something, but I think the Psy bass lines are taking over, and it's too much for us, I think, or we have the feeling that it would be too much. Of course, it would bring some more rolling, but I don't think that it would make more with the track. I'm not sure, because we wanted to keep this track a bit more like that feeling. The Adams are great. I wasn't sure because before the Adams we had the what was it? Alesis MK1, and they were passive, and these are active monitors. And yeah, I'm amazed by these speakers because they have a lot of bass. I don't have to. They have some knobs in the back to raise the bass or to put it down or something, and I can keep it at 0. It's totally enough bass, and the high frequencies they are amazing. They are laser sharp. You can hear in the high frequencies. You can do a lot there, and that wasn't possible before that. And so I'm really amazed by them. And for that price, unbelievable. If we change things a lot after hearing a track in the club, sometimes we do, but mostly we just enjoy it and we think awesome. Sometimes we have to EQ the track a bit and here and there, but mostly we think cool, we will do this and that, and then the track will be great. And then in the best case we can play it a day or a week after the new version or the updated version, and then we think yes, that's it. And you can compare the track with other tracks, when you mix it and all that stuff. You can hear, okay, this track is loud enough, and the track before that is not louder than your track, like that. Of course you can EQ this live, but we want to have the best product. And so yeah, we do change things, but not a lot. Because after the years you can imagine how it would sound in the clubs, but the best feeling is of course to test it in the club directly. On a good PA. We had some PAs, we couldn't test stuff there because the PAs were not really good, but mostly the PAs are amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's prog tech or techie, this and that. We just do what we love, and we don't give it any style, we don't decide what style this, what style that. Mostly people decide what style a track is, or Beatport decides what style it is or something. We cannot say what style this track is. Of course it's a bit techier, but on the other side I cannot tell you, and we don't think about that, which style it has to be or not. Any vocal stuff coming? That's funny because 2 days ago we talked with Rasnitsan about new vocal stuff, because we have the feeling that we want to bring some more vocal stuff. And under our Gandamea alias, we are working with Andy Ruddy on more vocal stuff, and under Stoneface Terminal we will bring new vocal singers, of course, and more melodic singers, but also techier stuff. We are working a lot on that, and so yes, the answer is yes. underground warehouse. Yeah, maybe that could work. And sometimes we make the kick louder, just make it louder. We don't think about any 0 dB stuff and all that stuff. You can fix that afterwards. But while finding ideas and all that stuff, you don't have to, as long as it's not distorted or sounds weird. You can do what you want. We are assembling a lot of stuff together and put a kick on it. And yeah, I think 10 years ago, it was 2010, no, 15 years ago, we just had so much pump in the tracks that we didn't need a sidechain compressor. We just used a normal compressor, and we didn't know about this and that and the mastering stuff or something, and we just put the kick all over the whole track and made it so loud that the whole track pumped, only because of this kick, and it sounded like sidechain. So by the years we went a bit more forward and modern, and now we know how to get this effect without pumping everything down, BPM is 136. Here we took this tone and we added the same tone 1 octave deeper. Okay. Yeah, I will say hi to Matti. We just talked before that. and I had him on phone. And yeah, he's getting better. He's still feeling weak and all that stuff. You know, this is not a funny thing, all these bacteria. And he catch this maybe from his daughter, and she's got it from the kindergarten maybe. And yeah, but he's doing better and the medicine is helping. And yeah, he has to stay at bed for a few days, or at least on the sofa. And yeah, I have to tell you, I want to tell you hi from Matti, and maybe we will talk after that again, and I will say hi to him, of course, from you guys. He just wants to be back as soon as possible, but he also knows that he needs some time to fully recover. Here we go with the other mix. No. It says it has a problem. I will reload. Abbrechen. Not. Projects. It says nope. I want to restart. Okay, we will restart. But that's the thing you have to work with, you know. But back in the days, 10 years back or 15 years back, you had these problems. So it's getting better. It's not perfect. No system is always perfect, but we know that stuff and we know how to handle that. You have to say, okay. And that's why we always automatic save, you know, every 10 minutes or so, because we lost a lot of stuff in the past, a lot of good ideas, and then the system is crashing, and then you have to do that again, and well, that's not good. But here we are back. Here you can hear that the rhythm is the main rhythm. And we call this the airplay mix because it sounds more for the radio or something. But you can also play it in the club. It has a cool vibe. How many channels? I can count it for you. Wait a second. I count 36 channels, but we don't care. We just have a new computer with an i9 or I what that is strong enough to handle all that. So you can hear that it's all about the breakbeats, or breakbeats. It's more breaky beats. Breakbeat is not breakbeat, but this is not the typical for kick drum. No, we are in the studio full time all the day, except we have to stay in bed. At the moment, of course, it's hard times because you don't get money from gigs, but yeah, as we have a studio and we are producers and we do produce other guys, and we do remixes and all that stuff, and so we have to survive, you know, but we are waiting to get back on stage to play live, and of course to get some money. It's 36 channels, but not all channels play together all the time, you know. So this is playing here and there, here, only here and not there. And so, yeah, the channels are a lot, but they don't play together all the time. This is the tone that we added while we were mastering the track that we had in mind. That's the retro low. But you can see, you can do another track out of this line, you know. So there are so many ideas, but we cannot do it all together, you know. So we have to decide: do we this or that? We could do a different track from this line, you know, if you hear that. Thank you, Yusuf. Yeah, we are thinking about that stuff, but especially the vinyl stuff from the older tracks. We already have the vinyls, but to press new vinyls, we have to look how much it costs. You know, we pressed CDs from our last album on our own. You know, from our own pocket. And first, you have to have that money. So, and yeah, at the moment, we invested in new speakers, new computer, and stuff, a new table, and that, just to, yeah, we know that we won't stop, because of that bad times or whatever. We are always were positive thinking, and you know, we are investing stuff, and we are fighting to survive, and all these ideas are not bad. We are working on new logos, and to make shirts and all that stuff, merchandising. And yeah, vinyl is an idea, but what we saw, you have to invest a lot to press these, but you can sell them. Okay, yeah, if you make maybe 50 pieces, I'm not sure, but we will think about that. Here's another tone. It makes something, so we left it here. Yeah, we have a lot of ideas in one track. That's always the thing, that you can make another track out of one. But if you see a channel off, or if you see samples off, that's only for that part, you know, and it comes back. So I think you saw that if we played this and the rest is muted, but in the track it's all on. So you sometimes we sit there for hours to play with stuff, and sometimes we do record that. We to record that, and we make a new track of it, you know, and then we change the melody or something, and a new track is born. That's pretty cool. That's the good thing with electronic music. You can make different sounds, you know. Not only a guitar is a guitar. There are a lot of different guitars, but at the end, a guitar is a guitar. And here you can change the sound. You can manipulate it so much that you can make something that nobody heard. This is not, but you know what I mean. That's amazing, and that's what we love with the electronic music. The artists we take as inspiration. Artists, it's not only artists, it's more tracks, you know, and we take a lot of inspiration from the 90s, of course, because we think the 90s were not ready when the new sound came in 2000 and whatever. So the 90s were not finished with their sound. The sound was still, or is still, a spring of inspiration. You know, if you hear the tracks from 96, 98, 97, 93, even 93, it's amazing what you can hear there, how progressive they were and how forward thinking they were. And you barely heard a track that sounded like another track. So that was the amazing thing. And we also get inspiration from DJ sets like, I don't know, Tiesto from 2002 or something, or Mauro Picotto, or Chris Liebing back in the days. And yeah, the melodic stuff is more if you hear the older chicane stuff, that's pretty good. And so sometimes you get ideas when you find a sound that sounds like this or that, all of a sudden you get an idea what to do with it. And another spring of inspiration is to play around, you know, to play with sounds, you know. And if you think that you are not inspired or it's not your day, you don't have to do music. You know, you can say, okay, I will leave this track. I will make it again tomorrow or something. You can do something else. You can go out to nature or whatever, but you don't have to push yourself to do a track. You know, so if you are not in the mood to produce a track, that's not good. But if it's inside you, if it burns, you will find it. You will make music, nothing else. Top 3 tracks at the moment. Don't ask me, ask Matti. But I'm not so into. If I hear a track that we play somewhere, or that I say, okay, that's a good track, but I don't. Normally, I don't listen to the charts or whatever, or to. I think at the moment it's a problem, or for a few years it's a problem that the music is sounding not too different. You know, I don't want to say it's all the same, but many people say it all sounds the same. You cannot say which track is from which artist. They could all be from one artist also. And there are some tracks, but not from trance, or mostly from techno, which is trance actually. There are a few good ideas, but sorry, I cannot tell top 3 at the moment because we are working so much on our own stuff. I don't want to say that we don't have the time to listen, but I don't listen to it. Sometimes it falls on my knees, but we can chat about that next week when Matti is back, and we will talk about the top 3. Normally we don't talk about top tracks or something. We say this track is great, or here you have to listen this track, but I cannot tell your names at the moment because we are more here in our cage. But you can write down your top 3 tracks. So maybe I will get an inspiration, or if you think this track, you have to hear this track, just write it down here. We have a lot of smaller effects in that. We love that stuff that is here and there flickering around, you know. And here we made a sample track and put a sample in it. Just a click or something. So that's interesting. We heard something when we saw a video on TikTok or whatever, and sometimes you hear a track that sounds like trap or whatever, but one effect is not bad, and then you think, cool, let's try something like that. So creating melodies is a thing, in my opinion, that you cannot learn. You can learn to play the piano, but I don't know why. But we can hear melodies and we can play that, and sometimes you just play around with a. I can show something. So you, if you know what harmonies are, you know, you don't have to learn the notes and all that stuff. Just play around, you know, and I'm in the lucky situation, or that even as child I could hear melodies and I was humming these melodies in my head and I was able to play it down. So but it's not that I learned piano or something and cannot play the piano, but melodies in your head I don't know why, but you have it. So I'm not sure if I'm the right one to tell you something about that, but you can play around. You can play one note. We can do this. This is not a good tone. I will show you. And there are even MIDI files with melodies, you know, the melodic MIDI files that you just plug and that you just add here. But that's not yours, you know. I mean, for the listening, okay, but it's to buy MIDI files with melodies is, I don't know if it's. we don't need that. So we'll see. One tip could be you play a bass line, you know, and then you add a melody on the bass line. You can play a bass line. I will add the Retrolog and we'll add a bass line. You know, what bass line? You can make an offbeat. Or you play the whole a long note. You play it like it could last longer, and you can. The most placed bass line is like this. I will show you. If you find a good sound, I keep this and I will use another sound for the bass line. Like that. Dip. This, and we'll use this as a bass line. Prolog is also a bass synth. Retrolog. Here. And you just play around with it. Even if it doesn't sound good when you play, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody has to be perfect. But you just go step by step, and you can record this whole stuff. You know, you make it like this, and you can even have the click on. And if you have a rhythm feeling, you know, you can have a rhythm already in your tones. So, and you can play wrong, why not? And then you also can use arpeggiators, and you play arpeggiator. You know what that is? An arp sound. And you even can do this here on the MIDI effects, but you also can play it like that. And now I hear in my head what the next step is, you know, and the next step. So you can play this, or you can play so. Stuff like that, you know. But I think the best tip is to take all the time you have to make music and to learn by yourself. And that's the way we learned everything, because we wanted to do that, and we knew that we can do that, we can make it. And that, I don't know how, why or how or whatever, we just made it, and we didn't think about how. We just tried to this and that. Why does that sound like that, this or whatever, you know? So at the end, it's all music, it's sounds. And if you ask yourself, why does this kick drum sounds that fat? What makes this kick drum fat? So you have to analyze this kick drum, not only just to analyze. But if you are a producer, you don't sometimes, or mostly, you don't listen to music, you analyze music. But then you can switch and you just listen to music. But the most of the time you are analyzing stuff. And why does a kick drum sound so fat, and what makes it fat? Is it only the bass or the mids? Is it more like, you know, tick tick tick, or is it more like boom boom? And you can analyze that just by listening and by analyzing. And also with the melodies, when this bass line plays, which tones are fitting, you know, which tones are fitting to that tone. So and you're playing around with it. You just you don't know any boundaries. You just take your time and you play with it. And then one day you will have it in your head, or you will play it by just, you know. Okay, I think that OBS and Restream crashed, and also maybe Cubase, but I'm not sure if I switched that off too. But OBS crashed and Restream IO crashed. I think we are back online now, but I think before it crashes again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if we are live again. I will continue. We were talking about melodies, and yeah, let's go back to that. So mostly, I'm not sure. Nah, not mostly, but mostly, yeah, we start with some rhythm. Sometimes we come up with melodies if we start with piano playing. But sometimes we only play piano. So you can come up with good stuff on the piano, or you are using a tone or a or whatever, a preset with an arpeggiator in it, and you just press the keys and see what happens, you know, so to get a feeling for melodies. And on the other side, you can play bass lines and add melodies on that bass lines, you know. So but at the end, practice makes perfect. You have to practice. I'm not sure if it's working. I'm just looking here. Maybe we will end the live stream. It says the live stream is not working or whatever. But at the end we had 1.5 hours, and that's pretty good for Facebook, and But it may be we are still on YouTube. It looks like. Okay, I don't want to talk too much about the technical stuff. Yeah, and also for bass lines, bass line is not bass line, and not every bass line is the same. You can hear that. So this is a different bass line. We did not add all the notes. It's a sequence from the 303, and that sounds really good, and you tweak it here and there, and it sounds like it sounds. Huh? Sometimes you can play with pads. You just play a pad and then you add an arpeggiator, the same notes, and that can work too. And then you add one note on top that plays a longer tone on top, and all together they should sound good. But that's practice. And the idea for these pads are, it started with this. This is heavenly, this sounds heavenly. And then you go, what can happen next? And you can see this is played live here, or recorded live. You can see that it's not all the same length of the notes and all that stuff. You can see that. And then we quantized it. And you could play something on top, on these pads. I could imagine a saxophone or something, but it's a different story. And here you get a feeling. When you imagine 1 million people in Berlin, sun is shining, like that, and you get a feeling. Sometimes you need a feeling, and sometimes you have to imagine something if you are not able to travel somewhere or to get the inspiration from a sundown or something. You have to imagine it. beep, 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 beep. Creating chords. You can play it on the keyboard, or you take a fifth sound that already has 5 or 3 or 2 tones in it. I try to find a lead, distorted lead. Exactly, that is not able to play a chord. That's not a good sound. And now you have to find it. I know what I mean. This is one kind of fifth. And you just play around with it until it sounds good. One of the chords that I love is I try to discover, you know, like that. So that's chords, but you play 3 tones and you have to look if they fit. That's harmonies. Or you play only 2 tones. Like that. So we play it, and we on the one side we record it live, or we just put it here with the pen. So that's for the chords, and you can add 1 chord, and then we do double the tone and push it. You know, that's what we have from the tracker programs. You had to do stuff like that. And then you double that till it fits. Like that, and then you play around with it. Maybe with this one. If you mean that with chords, you know, the chords are mostly 2 or 3 tones together. If you mean that by chords, you know, so And I will have a look what we have here. Thank you. I can show you something if I find it right away. What I mean by how something could, if you have to imagine something. You know what I mean? The whole Love Parade thing. And so we thought it fits very good. So that's why we made this track. Or why we released this track, because this feeling is great. Has a good feeling. Okay, we play the kick again, what? And we wanted the kick to have to play a note, you know. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's like it plays the same note, or it plays a note. Sometimes you have kicks that are like, and sometimes, or here we have a kick that is like dum dum. Can hear that. And sometimes 140, we can try this. It's a bit faster. Huh? But the rest won't follow at 140, of course. We have to go back to 4 BPMs. Sometimes it makes a difference. But for that, a DJ has a pitch on the player, and so you can play it 150. We started playing with vinyl when Matti was a resident in our hometown, and it was 92 or 3, and we played 160 BPMs. 170 was no problem. If you hear the R&B tracks from that time, awesome. But if you listen to our Soul Reaver from 2005, you will get the feeling what we also love, that 140 boom, 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 and totally crazy stuff, you know. We also love that from time to time. Yes, you are right. That's why we decide how fast a track, which BPM we produce a track. It sounds, sometimes we have the feeling it could be faster, and sometimes we have the feeling it could be slower a bit. Sometimes we have a 132 BPM track and we think it could be 135 or 6. It needs a bit more, you know. And sometimes you listen to a 140 track and you think, ooh, that's a bit nervous. It needs to slow down a bit, you know, and then you played at 136, it's much better. But only for this example. So let's play this track one time again, and then I need to go. Nature's calling. And my eyes hurt. But first we listen to the track again. Yeah, DJ can pitch up or pitch down. And mostly if he doesn't pitch it up too fast that the bass is going away, it's okay. Yeah, you can play it wherever you want. You know, sometimes it sounds great in your car, and that's the reason we do a lot of different music, because we also feel different, and sometimes we feel like that or like that. And this track, we felt we want to do this, and of course we did. And the next track will be a bit more trancier or more melodic and faster, so that's no problem at all. And even for our Gandamea, if we go 125 BPMs and are even more trancier than all the other stuff, or more deeper. And then we have the BTR project, which is even more techno. And we have Stoneface Terminal, where we do anything that doesn't fit anywhere, because we want to do that. And we started the Berlin tracks, and we keep doing it. And this one we felt, yes, this is great, even if it's more warehouse or someone says it's more for this or that, we don't care. We love that, and we would play it in our sets, of course, and we played it in our live streams, and yeah, we love it. because we are very open-minded, very flexible. We don't care about genres or whatever. But that's no problem at all for anyone, you know. So if you love this, you love this. If you love this or that, it's totally okay, because it's music. You cannot fight about music because the track is there. You cannot say it's bad or good, as long as it has some emotion in it, you know. And so we don't care about genres or whatever. We just do, if we feel it, we make it. And we also love to play different styles in our set. Of course, if you hear a Stoneface Terminal live set, you will never ever hear 138 from the beginning to the end. Never, because we couldn't stand it. We love to build a set up and to be, you know, to play different stuff that we love, to bring the people there and there. And many people also say that this or that DJ, of course, is famous, but the sound was all the same, like one line, all the same from beginning to the end. It's the same. And of course, you can have your opinion. We love to play a bit with styles and genres and all that stuff, because we love so much different music, and we think it's a lot of color in there in the music. If you say warehouse, etc., we love that. We love the atmosphere of only just strobo lights, and you know, that fog everywhere, and it's dirty a bit, and it's not too clean and not too champagne, you know. And we love that because we come from there in the 90s. We often went to clubs that were dirty, but it was all about the music. All about the music. It was amazing. And yeah. But we also love festivals. We also love play clubs that are clean or something, but we come from these, you say warehouse, I don't know if it's the same, but if you think about the underground in Germany in the early 90s, yeah, it's all about the music, and that's great. You know? We do love to start a set from zero, and we do not like to mix from the other artists. Can you hear me? I hope so. I need to fix that mic. It's a bit strange with the mic. So we do love to start our set from zero, you know, to begin a new track, and I think we did it 3 times maybe, that we mixed from another artist into our, but I don't think that we did that often, because we like to start a new set, and we also like to end our set we don't like that the next DJ is mixing into our track, you know. So we like to finish our set. We start our set and we finish our set, and the next artist is beginning his set. So that's for us the best thing, and we try to do that everywhere, and yeah, or demand that. But the worst thing another DJ can do or resident can do is to play one of your tracks. When you play after that DJ, and the DJ before you plays one of your tracks, that was one or two times, and we kicked that CD out, you know. So it's a no-go to play the track of the next DJ. It's not good, but yeah. Of course, it's disrespectful, and this DJ thought it was. I don't want to say where it was. It's no worries. It's anyways. He wanted a crowd, you know, or something, or he wanted to honor us by that action. But this is not a good thing, you know. This is a no-go to play a track from the next DJ. So. Yeah, we kicked him off the stage, of course. Okay, guys, I think my eyes hurt, and I think I need to go outside for a while. I think I had a great time here to show you all that. And don't forget, Berlin 96 Take Me Back is out on our Clandestine label on September 18th. And next week, we hopefully have Matti back to play another DJ set. But we will give him all the time he needs, of course, he by himself and me, of course. And yeah, I want to say hi from Matti, and we will talk later or tomorrow. And we will have a phone call or a live chat. And yeah, we will be back next Wednesday. And yeah, we would love to play live again, you know, to play for you people, to meet you people. But I hope so next year it will all be, when 2020, this strange year is over, it will be all good. So yeah, we wish you all the best. So cross your fingers for Matti that he is full recovering or speedy recovering. And yeah, we will see you around. Follow us here and there on all socials. And yeah, we see you again. And next week we will be, whether we will have Matti back, we think so. The doctor said it will take a few days, but we will give him all the time he needs. Or we will do another producer session. We will see, but I think we will do another DJ set. So stay here, stay with us, keep following us. We have a lot of news to come, a lot of melodic stuff, trancey stuff, techie stuff, vocal stuff we are working on. And yeah, this is not the end, of course. This whole thing will not be the end or something. We are strong, we are fighting, and yeah, I will leave you with some kick drum.